Welcome Agents Marks, Greenlee, and Suzara. It is my privilege to welcome you to Special Division today. This is Special Agent in Charge Davis, and she will be your instructor in how the Special Division functions. However, I find it important that all the Special Division officers I appoint meet me directly. This division has been part of the Bureau ever since our founding in 1908. We were created by President Taft as a necessary but hidden measure to protect the United States of America and its citizens. This division answers to me, or whoever is Deputy Director of the FBI, directly. There is no conventional paperwork. There will be no recognition of your efforts. We keep no records that the public will ever see. I realize that this is highly irregular to the Bureau culture that you have become accustomed to, but I have selected each of you for Special Division based off your past effective performance and your reputation for being willing to improvise solutions, as well as walk upon the line of proper procedure rather than keep abreast of it. Proper procedure for Special Division is a thing we maintain the semblance of for the department's reputation and to keep Congress out of our affairs. But you will be performing in the field under your own abilities and completely operating by any methods that you see fit to the security and safety of the United States of America. Hell, for the security and safety of the world. No, I am not joking. Do you see this tank that has the tarp over it? This is a part of what we are up against. Yes, that is a monster. No, it is not a special effect. Yes, that pressure you feel in your chest is part of its natural ability to manipulate electromagnetic forces. Yes, it is trying to kill you. And yes, simply by throwing this tarp back over it, I can once more put it back to sleep. Are there any doubts in your mind that what just happened was in fact real? I can arrange for a different monster to be brought up from the memory hole. No? Good. Monsters are real. Very, very real. They are not everywhere like in the movies or in Stephen King novels. They are a rarity, but they are a dangerous one. And they are old, incredibly old. Scientists and archaeologists cannot confirm exactly how ancient they are. Older at least than the dinosaurs, and maybe older than the Big Bang. I tell you this not to intimidate you, but to impress upon you the true nature of what it is we are drafting you to fight. Suppression is our best weapon against them. That is why this operation has been drafted by the President of the United States to us and our cousins in the CIA and the Federal Marshals, rather than to special operations of the military. The last thing any civilian-led government wants is anyone's military getting their hands on something like what we keep in the memory hole. Eradication of the monsters is not an option. For one thing, we would have to actually be able to find them all, which we can't. And, for another, some of them are completely immune to any science that we possess. Therefore, suppression, gentlemen and ladies, is the rule of the day. To that end, when you are dispatched, you must not only evaluate the threat, but you must be sure to gather and secure all the evidence and suspects to an event. Obviously, we cannot completely suppress all the witnesses, so your discretion will be needed to determine which witnesses can be left in the public view as harmless cranks, which others must be discredited or have brushes with the law arranged for them, and which need to disappear. All evidence and your reports, as well as any specimens you capture, will be delivered to the memory hole. The memory hole is our name for the facility that we maintain in Arizona. Here we experiment on the specimens as best we can. Our information is then transferred to a different memory hole facility, somewhere that only the deputy director and their technical staff are aware of. The interment facility is carefully guarded and sits below and above a series of fuel air explosives. Should there be any threat of escape or exposure, the facility will be terminated. Similar precautions have been taken with the archival site, though of an obviously different nature. These measures are necessary due to the various cults and madmen that actually worship these things. Some bow the knee to the monsters and chant homilies. Others feel they can understand these aliens and control them. Either approach is critically flawed. But until we can find a way to stay the various otherworldly threats, we must endure them. Worse, there are some criminal organizations, such as Latin American cartels, that have used these cults and creatures to their benefit and business. Now, obviously, we cannot allow the public to be placed in danger, nor can we educate them upon the threat that they face out of fear of what they might do. All of you are too young to remember the Watts riots or the LA ones, but I firmly remember them. You can Google them to see how bad they were. Those emergencies were caused without any monsters. Now imagine what happens if we throw them into the mix. So when I say to you, use any means necessary that you feel are needed, I am giving you license to break the law to protect the citizenry. These sonum externi solebat missione are now your primary concern. Bribe people to stay quiet. Failing that, threaten them with the force of the state. Use any leverage you need to secure suppression of evidence of the auteur, even if you must resort to blackmail and to arrange criminal violence against those that would speak. Allow spurious or fanciful information to leak out into the public, particularly what would pass for tabloid journalism, as this can help disguise our movements. Once you are in the field on assignment, we will send you any information or aid that we can, but there must be no evidence left behind of these exchanges for when the Bureau or Congress decides to do a review. Most of what we do is in the form of mouth to ear. You will also be dispatched on regular assignments from the Bureau, again to aid the subterfuge. On these normal assignments, you must present yourselves as agents that are upstanding and exceptional, and that you follow every detail of proper procedure. The Special Division currently has only a few select members, and this also helps us maintain operational security. And finally, Special Division hosts private conferences in which we will compare our fieldwork and our case notes. Agent Davis, would you kind enough to give them the whiskey? Good. Now a toast to your new and exciting careers. In mors et tenebrae.